Hello YouTube, this is SilverContrails here, part of Team Smash You, and I have a deck that I want to talk about. I'm planning on writing an article about it as soon as I possibly can, and what it is Nordic Plants, and I know that sounds a little weird. I'm mostly a plant player, and Nordics are something that I don't really run all that often, or at all I should say, and there's been a lot of talk about it. People like Jason Grabermeyer and Jeff Jones running it, particularly with Jason saying that Nordics are better than Plant Synchro, and he gives a lot of very valid points about that. As a plant player, I don't particularly agree with everything he says, but I have to say that 9 times out of 10, this guy, and I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, so I'm just going to call him the Black Goat, is better than Debris Dragon. And I know that it's kind of annoying to say that, especially since Debris Dragon is so good when you have things like Dandelion and stuff to target. But for this format, really, if you can avoid targeting things in the grave to get to cards like Black Rose Dragon, Ancient Fairy Dragon, Stardust Dragon, you know, your level 8s and stuff like that, that's a huge advantage. What I did was I basically built up Plant Synchro, how I would do it this format, the sort of things that I enjoy running. Basic Plant Synchro engine, 2 Lone Fire, a Spore, a Glow Up Bulb, a Dandelion for my plants. I do run 1 Mystic Tomato. And keep in mind that a lot of these things, besides the main engine pieces, change around quite a bit, because I just built this deck a couple days ago. In addition, I'm running 2 of this Black Goat here, and then 2 Goldfax. So the horse guy. Basically, this little engine right here solves a lot of the problems with this engine over here. Particularly when you start to go up against the Gravekeeper matchup. When you play Gravekeepers, Debris Dragon is suddenly a terrible card, because it doesn't do all that much for you. I mean, you can't use it when Necrovalley's out in the field. You can't use Spore when Necrovalley's out in the field. You can use Lone Fire perfectly fine. And that's a pain. So having ways to get around Necrovalley is really crucial. So, obviously, if you don't know the play, setting this guy with a back row protection, something like maybe a compulsory set behind it, and is some kind of protection to that effect. When you flip summon him, you can special summon Goldfax from your deck. That's a level 7 right there. You can make Ancient Fairy Dragon to blow up a field spell. You can, particularly Dragon Ravine or Necrovalley, you can make Ancient Sacred Wyvern to just beat stick over things, and trust me, that card is very good. Or you can make something like, or you can just make Black Rose Dragon and nuke the field. I mean, just, play, especially with Trapstun, which I'm planning on running 2 of. Flip Trapstun, flip him, make Black Rose, nuke. Assuming they don't have a book or a random effect veiler, you're gonna plus quite a bit. And not Jason, but well, Jason too, I think. But I know Jeff Jones was talking about doing that a lot at YCS Charlotte. Now, in order to sort of fuel this engine and make him better, because you never want to set this goat, you never want to just set him and leave him there, because he's got 11 defense, and his effect doesn't trigger. It triggers when he's flipped, or not when he's flipped, but when he's changed to attack position. And obviously that doesn't happen when he's attacked. So you never just want to set him and then just leave him there. The great part is, though, he's searchable by Super Nimble Mega Hamster, which is why I'm, at least currently, running 3 copies. First turn opening, set Hamster, and then a back row for protection of some sort. Particularly if you have an effect veiler in hand, is really good. Because, for one, they're not going to be able to get past this unless they summon like a Ryo or something to that nature, or a Cyber Dragon, and even if they do, you're going to be able to say, okay, what do I want? If they don't have any more monsters to attack you, get goat here, set him. Okay, next turn, say hamster dies, you're going to be able to flip him, you know, special summon, make plays from there. Conversely, hamster's still alive. And if hamster's still alive, when you do this, I mean, you're going to have basically this for a field. And I should note, that's after committing 2 cards to the field. You're going to have a 5-card hand and sort of something like this for a field, which is really good. You can make any level 8 basically with these 2, and any level 7 with these 2. And that's not counting anything that you have in your hand to make synchro summons with. Early game, this is a great setup, and you can definitely start to play the Protect the Stardust Dragon play, or game. You know, make something, summon Debris Dragon. If you have like a target in your graveyard, like a Lone Fire, then you can, I mean, the possibilities are just branch out from there. I particularly like Debris Dragon target a Raikou, because then that's Trishul, which makes it easy. And I run 2 Raikou, obviously, for hamster targets. Again, if you set this first turn and they do have another card, or you need to use Raikou's effect for whatever reason, you can obviously just not get him and get Raikou instead. Pretty simple. I run a pretty minimalistic trap lineup. Dimensional Prisons being good to set behind a hamster or the black goat. The issues I'm coming up with, I think anyone who's run hamster knows this, you don't really want to set hamster when they have field presence, because it'll get blown up by Descendant, by Scrap Dragon, it'll get bounced or something by Brionnic, and that's really annoying. And it's the reason I run 2 Effect Veiler, to kind of take care of those monster threats. Game 2, Sided in Noblemans are... I don't even want to think about it. It really scares me. And I'm thinking about siding Big Shield Gardena as soon as I can get some. I know Thomas Myherays was talking about it, and I actually interviewed him once after he topped at or almost topped. He got like 22nd with a Stardust Dragon Assault Mode deck. So he was talking about Big Shield Gardena because it forces them, you know, they Nobleman. Oh no, it's a Big Shield Gardena with 2,700 defense. Oh, I mean, you know, it really kind of screws them up. And if I remember correctly, it's a level 4. It is a debris target, but it is a level 4. And it does let you just summon him next turn and make synchros, which I thought was interesting. Otherwise, Scrap Iron Scarecrow is other things I was considering. Basically, the deck is trying to solve problems that Plant Synchro has right now. And that's really tough to do, because there are a lot of problems. I know a lot of people are going to Doppel Warrior, but I continuously worry about that Gravekeeper matchup, and I don't like it. I think this is a bit more of a solid build, even if I don't like setting hamster all the time. But otherwise, I will keep updating this deck and keep playtesting it, so until next time then.